What's going on, guys? Good early evening. Hope you guys are doing good. First of all, hour away. We are an hour away from the stream with the Hawks Nest. Head on over there. It's going to be on his channel tonight. Going to talk about that Rams game. Going to talk about this team going into the playoffs. Going to talk about all the stuff that needs to be talked about with these Seahawks. So, hope to see you there. It's going to be on his channel again, just so you guys know. If you don't see anything go live on my channel, that's why. Head on over there, give him a sub, and we'll talk it out. Okay. Let's talk injuries because the Seahawks released their first initial injury report. Now, they did not practice, it was a walkthrough. And participation was estimated based off the injuries that these guys are working on, based off their situation. So, the information is not perfect, but it's all we have to go on right now, and we're all hungry for information. Now, before I dive into the injury report that the Seahawks released, and also the one that the 49ers released, I do want to address one elephant in the room real quick, or maybe two elephants in the room. People are asking about Rashad Penny and Jamal Adams. If those guys were going to be able to play on Saturday against the 49ers, I feel like we would have heard things about it by now. We probably would have heard that, oh, they're starting to practice last week even. They're on the injury report. They're very close. They are going to make a game time decision. We would have heard those things last week or maybe even the week before. I don't think we're going to suddenly go from Rashad Penny and Jamal Adams are not even showing up on the injury report because they're on IR to, oh, Jamal Adams and Rashad Penny are ready to play in a live game. So, I don't see it. I think you're going to have to win at least one playoff game to give those guys a chance. And frankly, the fact that in the case of Rashad Penny, Pete Carroll already kind of threw a little bit of water on the idea of Penny getting back this year. So, knowing how positive Pete usually is with injuries, I kind of doubt it happens. Jamal, maybe. But I don't see it happening this week. I feel like if it was going to happen, you would have at least seen their name on this injury report, even if it was a DNP. And we didn't. So, I don't know. I don't like our chances of getting Jamal or Penny back. But I guess I don't know for sure yet. That would be my best guess at the moment. There's just no buzz around it, is what I'm trying to get at here. I don't think you go from out for the year on IR to, oh, I can suddenly play again instantly. I think there's a process. And I'm not seeing that process play out to where I think he'll be ready to play on Saturday. Maybe in a future week. Okay. So, let's look at the injury report we did get. Did not practice. We got 5 guys here. We got 5 guys who did not participate or were projected to not practice. Important distinction. We've got a handful of names here that I'm not too worried about. Noah Fant has been missing practice all year, and he always plays. Shelby Harris, he's an aging veteran. We're taking it easy on him. And again, it's just a walkthrough projection, so I'm not worried about Shelby. Xavier Crawford barely plays. He's a special teamer. That's fine. If he can't play, he can't play. These top 2 guys, I'm definitely going to keep an eye on tomorrow when we get our injury report released. Phil Haynes, as much as he hasn't played that well this year, we need somebody for when Gabe Jackson's knee gives out. We just do. And I think in that Rams game we saw, even though we managed to win that game, we mounted a couple of late drives to kick field goals and win that game. I think Gabe Jackson having to play that whole game, like that really took it out of him. So I really hope that Phil Haynes is ready to go on Saturday. But as of right now, I don't know. I don't feel great about it. And DJ Dallas, if he's not able to go, you don't really have a backup running back because Homer's on IR. And at that point, you're down to like Godwin, who is not a running back. And you could go get like Tony Jones back, I guess. Or you're looking at... it gets really, really ugly at that point. So DJ Dallas has been a nice little hammer for this offense. He's been the closest thing we have to a power runner, but I'm a little bit concerned, mostly because it says ankle and quadricep, so it feels like that kind of like doubles your trouble. Now, the good news with DJ is he finished the game against the Rams, even though he didn't play very much at the end. And I didn't hear anything about him getting hurt, so this might be more precautionary and for rest reasons than anything. But yeah, DJ Dallas is definitely somebody who I really hope we have on Saturday, because I don't want to have to play Walker every single snap. Handful of players who were limited, and there's some really good news here. First, you have Bruce Irvin, who is old, so it kind of makes sense that he would be limited, especially after the game that he had. He had probably his best game of the year. Al Woods, limited. Again, he's old. He played almost, what was it, like 20, I think it was like 28 snaps after being out a couple weeks and then playing 19 the week before. So, makes sense. But the big one here, the one that people are going to get really excited about, is Ryan Neal. He was projected to be limited today with his knee injury, and it's only Tuesday. So if a player was expected to be a limited participant in practice on Tuesday, their odds of playing on Saturday are good. So that means Ryan Neal's turned a corner. He's missed 3 games now, but it sounds like he will be back for the playoffs. That is a big deal to me. He's probably our best all-around player on defense. He's really valuable against the run and the pass. So really hoping we get Ryan Neal back for this game, and I would expect it at this point. The fact that he was limited today tells me that he's going to be able to play. So really good news there. We also had a slew of full participants in practice: Lockett, Lucas, Damian Lewis, Ken Walker, and Tariq Woolen. So no reason to believe any of these guys are in any kind of danger of missing the game. So good to go. Not that any of this would be surprising. I wasn't expecting Woolen to suddenly have to miss a game after finishing the game against the Rams. Wasn't expecting Lockett to miss a game after playing a full allotment of slots on Sunday against the Rams. But it's good to see. So it looks like we're going to be pretty well put together for this game against the 49ers at least. And that's good, because if you look at the 49ers injury report, which I found on this newstechreview.com site, couldn't find it on Twitter, it's pretty clean. You've got 3 DNPs. Nick Bosa, who is resting, so he's fine. Jimmy Garoppolo, who we know is not going to be able to play in this game, so that doesn't mean anything. Cornerback Ambry Thomas is the one truly notable DNP on this list. They do have a bunch of limited participations. Eric Armstead, the really good edge rusher they've got. Aaron Banks, who's been a pretty decent starting offensive lineman for them. Demetrius Flanagan Fowles. Dre Greenlaw, we know how good he can be. Javon Kinlaw, Christian McCaffrey. But I've said it before. I just said it a few minutes ago. I'll say it again now. If a guy is limited in practice on Tuesday, he'll probably be good by Saturday. So I expect all, as of right now, I would expect all those guys to play, as long as they're actually active. Like Javon Kinlaw sometimes is a healthy scratch, but I would expect all those guys to play. And then you also had Kevin Givens full participation in practice, so no real concern there. And you can see that they're going to have just about everybody. Jimmy Garoppolo's not a loss at this point. Honestly, Brock Purdy's probably playing better than Garoppolo was. Ambry Thomas could be, but that's about it. And that defense is... I mean, that defense is so good, the loss of one cornerback is not really going to be some death knell. So, yeah. Hopefully this injury report gets to an even better place by the end of the week. See you guys later. Go Hawks.